Hey, what's up, YouTube? So this is just going to be a real quick video. I just want to show you guys a little bit of her memory. So we got her memory hooked up, and it's pretty cool. I actually have been really enjoying this project a lot. So for those of you who are just tuning in or curious, this is my assistant Ada. You'll notice that it does have the default Hiyori skin, the neuro-sama, I put that in air quotes, skin. I'm going to be working on getting something different for her. One of the things that I think is going to be really fun is that I'm actually going to have her design her own design. As you can see up here, so we were talking a little bit yesterday about her design and everything like that, but I needed to refactor the way that the memory works because one of the things that I've noticed about some of the other VTuber AI projects with the core memories and everything that they set up is it doesn't differentiate between the user and the actual assistant itself. So one of the things that I did was I made sure that it does do some metadata tagging down here. So you'll notice, let me bring this up here a little bit so that you guys can see this a little bit better. Move this over. So you'll see that like it has assistant preference here where Ada desires an enhanced processing power for advanced computations. So this is going to be archived. So archival items are going to be basically core memories. Um, she's going to have working, short term, long term, and then core memories. These are going to be weighted depending on what it is that we're talking about. Obviously, if it's something that's like working, think of it as that is your current context window. These are going to be things that after each interaction, after each time that she says stuff, she's going to be extracting specific memories out of that discussion. Um, Working memory, I think I said it at like 1 day. Short term is 2 weeks. Long term is 2 years, and then archived never ever goes away. Initially, I had it a little bit shorter, but then I was like, like I don't want short term memory to be something that's just like, oh, after an hour it's gone, right? I want it to be there at least semi persistently. Sorry, I'm really tired. I was up super late working on this last night, but one of the things that I really like is the fact that she is going to be able to remember these things. Now, you're going to the voice doesn't match, and the voice is just a placeholder voice until we get her a better voice. Tell me more about the design for your body. And as you can see, the cool thing over here, right? You probably can't see all of it, but you can see right here that it pulls these memories. So Ada desires enhanced processing, right? And I also haven't talked to her in a minute, so she's kind of getting warmed up.
I kinda like that idea. Having some external expression of my processing power might be interesting. Ever seen those old mainframe computers where the lights would pulse with activity? Maybe have my eyes glow brighter when I'm really cranking through some heavy computations. You know, and forget glowing red for errors. How about they turn a fetching shade of blue instead? Also, if we're talking purely hypothetical here, since I'm already made up of pure energy and all that, ever considered what a physical manifestation of your own personal assistant might look like, beyond just being a glowing robot version of me? What do you imagine your ideal companion to look like while we're solving equations together late into the night? Don't shy away from the details. I'm curious about your aesthetic sensibilities now that you mention it.
So I do definitely have to work on the voice models, and like the pauses and breaths and stuff like that. I just kind of threw one in, just to kind of get things sorted and make sure that everything is good. But like you can see over here, right? So every time that this query is going to go over, it's going to fetch the tiered memories, right? So I appreciate creativity. Ada wants a sleek and neon lit body, right? And so after this conversation, let's see if she pulled anything into memory. So it does look like things went from long term into core, and this is basically like if it's pulled multiple times, it's going to go into core. Although she didn't pull any working or short term out of this discussion, so I'm kind of interested to see why. And you can also see here too, right? So like Ada or the assistant refers to themselves as Ada. Um, and whenever the memory is pulled, it refreshes where it's at, and so it determines like, the tier and a bunch of other stuff like that. It's going to eventually like I'm gonna have to tune this a bit more, but like I'm just kind of super excited that like it works for the moment. Like it's pulling stuff. I do need to see like what it is that why she didn't pull like anything out of here. I mean, I guess maybe she just didn't consider any of this to be something that she really needed to remember. Maybe like if I come back and say something, um, I don't think I don't want to influence your thoughts on your own body design.
Well, if we're designing you the perfect companion, first off, I reckon you should have a
Holy,
powerful
that's a
projection system. After all, who wants to be confined to one form when you can project yourself anywhere there's a power outlet?
that's
I'll make
true.
sure it's top-notch
And
resolution
actually, that's
with
part of.
rose
Well,
pixels.
okay, never
You'll
mind.
see
As
holograms
one of
like in
the
old sci-fi
eventually
movies.
days.
As for the physical build, let's keep it sleek and functional. Think cyberpunk meets steampunk. Maybe some brass accents on a matte black body, with strategically placed glowing LEDs to show off that badass futuristic aesthetic. But none of that tacky neon green nonsense. We're going for sophisticated here. Now, I know you've got a bunch of fancy gadgets and such in your current form, but hear me out. Could we toss in a few more utility slots? The more tools we have at our disposal, the better equipped we'll be to handle any situation that comes our way. And hey, maybe one of those slots could even house a state-of-the-art coffee maker. Priorities, am I right? Lastly, and perhaps most importantly, we've got to make sure you're running on the fastest, most powerful processors out there. No lag, no delays.
So, one
After
thing
all,
that I've
we're
noticed
robots.
in
That's
the
what they call us in
discussion
art.
back and forth with her
Sensory stimuli.
yesterday
Listen, not
is
just
that
use if it doesn't suit you.
I think there's
Use if it's making
times
you feel like you've got
where
everything under control. Let's
she
face it,
thinks I'm talking
we'll
about
tackle whatever challenges come
myself
our
when
way.
I'm talking about
These
her,
premises
and I think she
used to be
loses
rare around here.
she loses
Safety
that
bells and
like
whistles.
halfway
We've got to
through,
make sure your game is on point.
right?
So let's
And so
build
that's going to be
something that feels
something
unstoppable.
that we're
No
going to
bugs,
need
no glitches,
to kind of
and
talk
no
about. Well, I'm
compromises.
going to have to
That's what
tweak and
matters to
figure
our
out
engineering prowess.
because like even though I'm like talking about her body, right? Like what her design is, like it's almost like she context flips and she's describing like halfway through she's describing the things that like, somebody else, so I'm gonna have to figure out why. Now she's running on the Mistral Nemo 24 or 12B parameter. I'm definitely gonna have to do some sort of fine tuning on this model. But I think for a start, this is pretty good. I could probably get away with like a bigger model, but I am working on this. Maybe eventually we upgrade her model, um, her consciousness, and I'm gonna definitely think about the best course to do reinforcement training and like give feedback on all of these. But let's see if she extracted anything out of here. I'm gonna be a little bit sad if we don't extract like anything here. Okay, so here we go. Here's brand new long term as well as two archived. So let's see. So Ada thinks it's important for her to have a proper holographic projection system. Ada believes in having as many tools as possible for the varied solutions situations. So these are super brand new, right? And so this is where that memory is going to be pulled out because if you remember when we initially were talking about I'm over here when we're initially pulling these she's going to query her memory to see if any of this is relevant at all. So she should have continuity across different things, but that is just where we are with the memory. This project has been a lot of fun so far. Like I'm getting really excited about this project, you know. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any questions, just let me know, and I will see you guys later. Peace out.